Welcome to Secrets from the Saddle podcast. I'm Sylvie Dow, your host, fellow cyclist, bike club founder, cycling coach, bike race junkie, just truly super passionate about cycling. My journey with cycling started 20 years ago when I opened a spin studio, started a women's race team, and founded a women's only cycling club called Cycle Fit Chicks. I'm super thrilled to reveal all aspects that make the world of cycling operate. I'm so excited to be able to bring you interesting people from around the world, pro cyclists, recreational cyclists, coaches, event organizers, bike shop owners, everything and everyone you need to know or ever wondered about when it comes to cycling. I know you'll enjoy this episode. Hey friends, well, welcome back to another episode of Secrets from the Saddle, all things cycling podcast. And boy, do we have a really cool interview set up for you today. So raise your hand if you are familiar with SKRATCH Labs. Yeah? Do you use the products yourself for hydration, for snacks, maybe the gummies? Well, guess who I have on the podcast today? We have Erik Davis from Ryeka Sports, and he is the SKRATCH Lab rep. He might be correcting me on that, but SKRATCH Lab rep for Canada. And I had the pleasure of meeting this charismatic gentleman, awesome dude at the Reggie Ramble that happened this summer. And I got to know him at his booth and I invited him onto the podcast and he said yes. So I'm super excited. I had personally never used SKRATCH Labs. I'm kind of like a purist and I really am loyal to certain products that I use. And so, but I was like, I'm going to try their gummies. And I absolutely fell in love with them because that they are not overly sweet. I don't know about you. I've tried other, it's Amber Alert. Woo! I've tried other gummy products. I don't use gels ever because of the sugar. And maybe you can agree with me. Some of them are just so damn sweet and you might be used to it, but when your body is super clean, sugar kind of upsets your stomach on all different levels. So when I tried his gummies, I was just like, oh my God. And I grabbed a bunch of them, but I've since eaten them. And anyways, so you know what I mean? They are addictive. And I was like, oh my God, how do I get my hands on a full case of them for winter training? So I'm super excited. I don't know too much about Erik. He is actually local to Ontario, so not far from Ottawa, where his company resides, and he is going to share with us how he's been in a business for 24 years selling jelly beans. So he says. So I can't wait till we jump into this episode, this interview with Erik. So I hope you enjoy this as much as I will, getting to know him better. So without ado, let's jump into the podcast. All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Secrets from the Saddle, all things cycling podcast with your host, Sylvie Dow. And we have Erik Davis, who is sitting in close to Toronto, I believe.
That is correct. Oakville. Yeah.
Oakville. Yeah, there is close. Oh, I thought you were on the other side. So, and he is the leading rep for SKRATCH Labs across Canada. And so, like I was mentioning in the intro, we met at Reggie Ramble and he was super impressionable. And I'm like, oh my God, what an awesome guy. He looks so much fun. We need to have him on the podcast. And so here you are. Thank you so much, Erik, for making the time and the space to being on the podcast.
Well, Sylvie, thank you for the invite. Yes, thank you.
All right.
That was well done. Yeah, so Reggie Ramble was where we met. Back, my goodness, that was July. Hard to believe. Seems like forever.
I know you had quite
Yeah,
the schedule afterwards. You're like, don't talk to me until the fall. I'm like,
yeah,
fair enough.
we had 29 events this year.
Wow.
So
Is that
the
from
wrap
coast to
up,
coast?
yeah, coast to coast. The wrap up event was in September. It was the RBC Grand Fondo in Vancouver,
Wow.
and they closed down the Sea to Sky Highway going up to Whistler, and a bunch of 7,000 cyclists ride up. Thank God we were there because they ran out of everything. And
So
it
you
was
supply
survival of the
the extra
fittest.
scratch
Yeah,
hydration?
it was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy. They ended up actually on the Vancouver, or in the Vancouver Sun. They ended up on the CBC for running out of product for their cyclists, and it was like, oh my God, yeah, it was it was a great event. It was beautiful, but yeah, it just got a little out of hand, and but it all worked out in the end, so it was all good. So we
What
wrapped up the season
happens?
on a high note.
7,000 people and probably a whole lot of sun and just like,
Oh yeah, it was like 30 degrees, which is so. Previous years they had snow up there, so it was
oh
yeah.
wow.
Oh yeah, so it was crazy. It's
All
crazy, but
right.
yeah. So I guess we'll jump into a little bit of
Yeah.
how
So
I
tell me
here.
how you got into cycling, how you got into this business 24 years ago. Because like I was
Okay,
saying,
let's
I hear
it
that you got some good stories to tell.
okay. Well, it all started way back. When you're a kid, right? You end up with a bicycle. All of a sudden, there's all this freedom. Ended up working at a few
Uh-huh.
bike shops as a kid, um, building bikes, and then it kind of leads to the passion of riding. And then you look at 1984, Greg LeMond's winning the Tour de France. Local Canadian guy Steve Bauer is his teammate. Next thing I know, Steve Bauer's in our store selling his Steve Bauer bikes. I'm like, oh my God, I'm
Oh my
meeting.
God.
Yeah, so it was like absolutely crazy. And then from then I've always been very passionate about it. Got into mountain biking right away. Um, Had to hide all my bikes from my parents. Oh
All your
yeah, had to hide
bikes.
them all at the bike shop because they were just, yeah, got to pay for school.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah. Where is that bank account you're talking about?
yeah, no, it's totally, where is that
Uh,
bank account? Yeah. So everybody's like, oh, these are awesome bikes. And it was one of probably the first mountain bike I had was a Specialized rock hopper. And it was fantastic. It took you to places that you never thought you'd go. There was
mm,
no formal trails, but you went out and found them. Didn't quite build them. And then that passion just sort of rolled through life. Got away from it for a long time. Ended up in the computer business. Good friends of ours
oh,
actually started the Cycle Path, and
oh, okay.
bunch of our buddies actually ended up working for them. And so then I returned to that passion just through happenstance. And as the Rock Shock 21 rolled out, and mountain biking just kind of just took off, we remained in it. And Psychopath unfortunately went out of business, and an opportunity came up for us to start supplying bike stores across Canada. And I had an opportunity to jump out of the high tech business and jump into the bike business. That was 24 years ago.
Whoa,
And
24. So that's mid
it's a
80s.
long time. It's like
Mid 90s, mid
1990.
90s, mid
Yeah,
90s.
98. Um,
Mm,
so from there, I never really fully wanted to be in the actual bicycle business.
yeah.
It was a relatively capitally intensive business to buy and sell bikes and bring them in from Asia and stuff.
Mm.
And you have to be on point. You gotta design product that people want. So we ended up being more in, as I said in sort of the intro there, the jelly bean business. Because it actually worked, because most everybody, they sit in their veal stall at work thinking about one or two things, their passion. What is their thing? It could be golf, cycling, swimming,
Mhm.
whatever. In our case, it's cycling, and they want to go to a store. It's kind of like maybe a reference for some of the younger folks they won't get, but Cheers. Everybody wants a place to belong, and you go in
Yeah.
and you talk bikes. What's new? What's happening? And people don't always spend $500 on a helmet or $1,500 on wheels, but they could always spend 10, $20. And that was when we got into the DVD business. So we were the largest aggregator of action sport media globally. So
Oh,
we're a lot of
wow.
producers. I know. Don't worry, it all comes together. Don't worry, you're gonna love this.
Oh,
It
okay.
all lands on Scratch. which is kind of funny.
Keep going.
So all the Warren Miller videos, all the
Oh,
snowboard
yeah.
videos, the Tour de
Yeah.
France. Many of you out there probably own copies of Spinnervals with Coach Troy.
Oh God.
That was
Yeah.
us. That was us.
Did you do
Um,
Buns of Steel too?
no, I did not do Buns of Steel, but we. I got another. Oh, I got a good story there.
I have the Buns
We
of Steel, but they
okay.
were
You
like
got Buns of
58.
Steel. We. Oh, everybody. Funny enough, a lot of people thought we were in the porn business.
Oh,
They thought we were in porn. They're like, "There's no way you're making money on action sport. There's no way. You must be selling porn on the side." And we were like, "No, no, no! I swear to God, no, no! I'm children, no." And
bicycle porn.
it basically was. It was every year there would always be, in the fall there'd be all the releases of the new videos, like the New World Disorder, Cranked, latest iteration of the Tour de France, Paris-Roubaix. All those would come out, and there was this incredible, off season where people would watch us and get all hyped up to go ride.
Oh, so you put them out in September. Everybody
Yeah,
buys them for the winter, and they're sitting in
you
their
got it.
basement watching the. Oh
Yeah.
God, that's super
So
smart.
yeah, it's bike porn. So this all, yeah. So this all sort of progresses, and and those were always fun because people walk into a store and they're happy to put out $35 for a video and get all hyped up. The snow's deep because Canada it's winter.
Yeah.
So fast forward a little bit, a company by the name of Apple rolls out iTunes, and this is back
Oh,
in 2001ish, and
Napster.
all those guys, yeah. So I'm like,
Yeah.
well, guess what? Our days are done. If you can download music, video's next.
Yeah.
So we ended up down at Interbike, which is one of the old industry shows, which is no longer around, but ran into some kook in the aisle, big tall guy, and he had a box on his head, but his booth was full of TV screens, and I'm like, what is this idiot doing? But man, the images are awesome. I said, all right, are you in the DVD business? Guy goes, no, dude, we're GoPro. So, I talked to the guy for a few minutes and walked around the show for about 2 hours, and it was going through my brain, tick, 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 and went back about 1,000 units. Took them back. We sold it out in a day because Google had just bought YouTube. So now people could put up their content.
Yeah.
Sylvie's, riding in France. I want to show my friends. Put on your GoPro, put it on YouTube, send it to everybody. So we rode that wave to about 2011, and it was just too big. It was something that you needed to basically upfront millions of dollars, and that's just not my space. And it was high tech because at that point GoPro was the only camera.
Well,
But
it was getting
Canon,
higher to, like it was just improving too. And then
oh yeah,
more people are
well that's
starting
when
to
it
get into
exploded.
it.
Yeah, and that's when it exploded, when it hit high definition.
Mm.
So, we kind of sat there. Sony was talking about getting in on it. There was a camera company called Flip that was owned by Cisco. That was a $400 million a year business. Everybody was flooding in, and I'm like, I don't want to invest in this because, there could be a new winner tomorrow. By the time I get my product, it could be obsolete. Then
Right.
all your money's gone. So we passed it off to some friends of ours very happily. We picked up another brand that was a little bit smaller, which is great. But we still did DVDs, and one of our good, one of the athletes that you guys will all know, George Hincapie, who rode Lieutenant for Lance Armstrong, he put out a video called A Ride with George, and it came out. There's pretty good following for him, and it looked great. So we phoned down there, and talked to his brother Rich. We're like, hey, dude, we need to buy some DVDs from him. He goes, oh, how many do you want? I said, well, I'd like 400 if that'd be okay.
Hey, gravel riders, are you new to the sport and had a fantastic summer, and now you've put together a kick-ass 2023 gravel event schedule, but you're not quite sure where to start with regards to training, staying, and keeping fit over the winter? Well, if that's the case, this might be the program for you. It's my 20-week winter online road cycling skills program. You can join anytime. It's geared towards people just like you who are looking for ways to properly train over the winter. What it includes is skills development, intervals, endurance-based building, everything you need in a winter cycling program. Workouts are scheduled and planned, which takes all the guesswork out of how and what to train and to avoid overtraining through the winter. It's a simple no-brainer because it's coach-led. How it works is you sign up for a monthly subscription of only $49 Canadian. I know, crazy. What you get for this low rate of only $49 is the most comprehensive winter coaching program on the market. You get access to online coaching from a level 3 national performance cycling coach, weekly cycling skills development, such as pedal stroke efficiency, hill climbing skills. Swift is included as well with a weekend endurance-based building group ride. Tuesday nights are spent on Swift doing sprint and interval training. This program is goal-driven. We have clients who are looking to not only just stay fit, but get faster, and a lot of them are looking to ride over 100K by April. Currently, we've already been running for 2 months, and our clients are already experiencing significant gains in their cycling, fitness, and performance. We have a supportive Facebook group with chat rooms for our training ride, access to an actual coach, that's me, plus you'll gain the knowledge you need to improve your cycling form and skills and technique. Don't wait another moment to get involved in this program. It'll be the best $49 a month you've ever spent on training. If you've ever had the opportunity to go and look for a cycling coach, you'll find that $49 is a super affordable rate. So go to www.cyclingskillspro.com. That's cyclingskillspro.com for more information and to register. You can literally get started ASAP. Take advantage of all the benefits this program has to offer for an amazing deal of only $49 a month. Don't wait another week to get on track to training smarter, not harder, this winter. And friends, I have an extra deal for you. Use the code GRAVEL and you can get 20% off your first month. So use the word GRAVEL for 20% off your first month and join us.
And all you hear is, what? and the next question is like, who the hell are you? Is this? I'm like, no, dude, this is who we are. And he wanted some references, so we handed off some references to him, and comes back to us and goes, holy shit, this is awesome. And so we start buying DVDs from the Hincapie family. We ended up actually doing a lot of their custom apparel. We were
cool.
doing custom socks. Yeah, so we were doing the Hincapie apparel. We did defeat socks. We were doing specialized water bottles. So basically anything team or club, we were doing their product. Again, a kind of jelly bean type business.
Yeah.
So we're down at a sales meeting, and we're down at a sales meeting with George, and George comes up to me and, hey, Aaron, I got this buddy of mine. He's starting this nutrition company. I said, okay, what's up with it? He goes, well, he worked with us in the Peloton. He was our sports sort of physiologist, generating power. He worked with PowerTap.
Okay.
He actually designed it. He helped design PowerTap. And in that day, that was quite an innovative product.
Uh-huh.
I said, oh, what's his name? He goes, Alan Lim. I said, okay, cool. Well, have him get in contact with us, and we'll see what happens. So we make contact with Alan, and he's got this crazy product. We're still good friends with a guy by the name of Steve Bauer. We end up chatting with Steve. Steve's like, oh, yeah, Alan. Oh, God, yeah, he's got this secret drink mix, and it makes us all go fast. And I'm like, oh, okay, this sounds cool. And at the sales meeting in the U.S., everybody was buzzing about it. A lot of the sales reps down there said, Alan Lim has got this product that's trending high. So we jumped in, and that was in 2012. And
Mm.
fast forward from 2012, it is now probably number one in the endurance athlete space.
Mm-hmm.
It's he is very clearly provided leadership in a category that lacked it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, you can buy proteins, you can buy some wacky supplements and stuff, but the basics of how the body works and how you feel and how it tastes is critical.
Yeah.
And that's what
Yes.
Alan did. He basically, he worked with Taylor Finney. He did work with the big teams, the U.S. Postals, all of Jonathan Vaughter's road teams. He supplied the hydration to them. So a lot of great testing has gone on over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And it was only about 2 years ago, I think they wrapped up their protein stuff with Cannondale EF. They're sponsoring the team.
Okay.
But still a lot of athletes, high-end performance, everything from NASCAR to cycling to triathletes to whatever, have now landed on this product. And number one, it tastes good and it works. And it's all natural. And that was a little bit different than most.
Yeah. That's what I noticed about it when I picked up a couple of the bags of gummies from your
Energy chews.
Yeah, the energy chews, because I've tasted some before and I'm like, oh my God, there's so much sugar in here. Like I'm like, my stomach is just gonna explode because some people are used to that, and some people, like, when you have a cleaner diet, it just does not work. Oh God.
Yeah, and the key for us, and I mean, and again, I'm not a doctor nor a nutritionist. At the end of the day, I hate to say it, I'm a capitalist, I'm a business owner.
You're an opportunistic guy.
Well, you see opportunity.
You see opportunity and you take it.
You see it, and I've been very fortunate over the years to have identified some fun stuff that I know with me that I thought, oh, my retailers would resonate with this.
Yeah.
And again, we're supporting, about 600 dealers across Canada.
That's amazing.
Like, Mountain Equipment Company is one of our larger. Obviously, we're on Amazon, but we've got these fantastic retailers. Audible Way, guys like the Cyclery, Shitaka, Full Cycle. I mean, you go to any city and we've got some great support. And it's just our relationship over the years with these retailers, from back in the DVD days to GoPro to clothing and now into SKRATCH. And now it's really, this was the year when we basically dropped everything and now we just focus 100% on SKRATCH Labs.
Whoa.
That's what we do. Yeah.
Are you continue growing it in Canada, or are you going to migrate to the States, or is there somebody already there?
No. It's SKRATCH Labs is from Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah.
So there's a U.S. operation, but the Canadian side of it, we really we're on trend here in Canada. Canada's a little bit different marketplace. It's kind of five metropolitan centers. Everybody loves to go visit their bike shop. And we've got good relationships, and it just grows. But our market share is definitely, it is up there. And based on a lot of our,
you can buy market shares. You can buy stocks. No,
you can't do that. No.
Oh, you're talking market shares.
No.
I'm like, what?
But I've got I got some Bitcoin you can buy.
Oh yeah, right. No thanks.
No thanks. No, and we've still got, we've been at this 10 years. And this is probably the first year we really, sort of said, wow, we've got something here. It's resonating with consumers. Word of mouth is probably our strongest.
It seems like it's taking over.
It works.
Yeah.
Oh, you see it. Yeah, we do see it a lot. We've got a lot of work to do. With SKRATCH now, I mean, we've got access from SKRATCH to their nutritionists. We're about to bring one in-house ourselves, which is great. So we'll be able to help, our retailers get trained up, because a lot of the staff need to really kind of understand nutrition, and it's a bit spooky.
Right. There's a lot out there.
Yeah, there is. And, somebody, any athlete out there, somebody listening to this podcast is, they're going to walk into a store. They can walk into a Popeyes or a Shoppers Drug Mart, and there's this wall of stuff. And you're just like, pre, post, during, what do I eat? How, it's numbing.
And then really, you just go, okay, what's the cheapest?
Yeah.
And then like,
yeah.
And then everybody's like, Is there any sugar? I'm like, listen, you're an athlete. Like, stop
I
looking
know
at the
that's
sugar content.
it's just funny. We ended up years ago at a marathon, very focused on women, and so we had the opportunity, which is awesome. We thought, okay, that's great. So we show up and we set out our jugs of sugar water. Basically, we were forced to leave the event because of the sugar. They look at it and just like, oh my god, this is horrible. But that's how the no. Okay,
How are you going to make it through the marathon
I know.
without sugar?
I know you need a little bit of sugar, but you need the right sugar though. That
Yeah.
is the one thing that I will say. You do need the right sugar. Stevia doesn't work. Refined sugar doesn't work. So it
Oh
is a
yeah.
very specific ratio, and that's one thing that Alan and SKRATCH Labs has done quite well, is to identify what does work without
All
GI
right.
distress.
Okay, so you might have to share with us. Now,
Yes.
like when I pick up those chews, I'll tell
Yep.
you, I ate them even when I wasn't doing anything. And
You're
I'm
not
just like,
alone.
these are so good.
Yeah,
So
you're
I'm
not
like,
alone.
and I ate them all. And then I'm like, bad, I gotta get myself a box. But I'm like, I gotta be careful. Okay. And I'm always like, well, I should use these only when I exercise, which is probably right. But I'm like, but what if I do need a snack? How do you feel
I,
about that?
you know what? Snacking is 'cause people come to us and they go, we'll be at an event and say, who are you? What is this? And I go, oh, it's just an all natural version of Gatorade. And they go, oh, yeah, this is what we do. And our stuff is candy, but it's all natural.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, tell me more about it. And it's like, yeah, we don't use corn syrups, dyes, additives, things like that. Carnauba car wax on it and stuff like that. And as soon as you frame it, they're like, oh, okay, got it. And it is, I mean, our gummies, Mars bar or gummy, a pack of gummies is way better for you.
So tell
But it's
me
hard to
about
compete.
the ingredients. Can you share the
It is,
ingredients?
well, the ingredients are on the packaging. It's the ratios.
Okay.
It's the ratios that are the
Okay, well
patented
tell us about
proprietary.
those.
Okay.
Like what
So
are the natural ingredients that are in there?
number one, we
Eric?
use tapioca. And
Oh,
we actually, yeah, we use
tapioca.
tapioca pudding. Tapioca pudding on the energy juice. Second piece is we
Wow.
put the sugar on. We put the sugar on the outside,
Yes.
so you don't have to have a wax coating to release it from a mold.
Okay.
So that's how they do it. We do it a little bit differently.
Well, see, but those little fruit ones? Wi- They're fruit. They're called
Fruit to
fruit.
go. Yeah,
Fruit to go.
fruit to go.
Those
They're actually
things are, I don't like them. Like because when I saw yours, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be as sweet as those things, and those
no.
things just like turn my stomach upside down. I don't
Those
know.
are a French confection, and confection is the appropriate word. It's a candy, but they've kind of
Yeah.
repurposed it.
Uh,
It's a fruit puree, um, but ours is a little bit more refined. Theirs is very. It is what it is. Ours has been
yeah.
calculated out with athletes and tested.
Mm-hmm.
Our our go-to are some of the top athletes in the world. Alan's got a stable of very good friends. He sends product to you for testing, where people can just sort of say, "Hey, this is great. Hey, this tastes good on my belly," or no, it doesn't taste very good. It tastes horrible. So he's got this great input. People
Mm-hmm.
just come in and tell him. Whereas a lot of companies don't have that. We see a lot of nutrition up here in Canada. It's not quite as competitive. Health Canada does get in the way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So for us, we're heavily regulated. We are approved by Health Canada, which is great. We hold those
Takes a
very
long
close
time
to
to
it.
get
It
approved, though.
does. It does take a long time,
Yeah.
but you can't just throw anything together. And a lot of people just repurpose things and
Mm-hmm.
call it nutrition.
Yeah.
And it's not. I mean, everybody's been to a GNC. Well, they don't exist anymore, but Popeyes, and there's just stuff in there that you're just like, whoa, what the heck is this? But
Yeah.
our ingredients, definitely our ingredients are, that's where we kind of win the battle. Hydration is where it started.
Mm-hmm.
Freeze-dried fruit for flavor, which is very rare. Most people add a flavor. We put actual freeze-dried fruit in it.
Ah.
And then the formulation of salt and sugar, which opens up what they call a small intestine membrane, allows the body to hydrate.
Right.
It's like, drinking a can of Coke, it just sort of sits in your stomach and jiggles around. But based on the design of our hydration, you drink it, the body accepts it readily.
Yeah.
So you're absorbing versus it
Yeah.
sloshing around in your belly. And that's, again, all through design, but by ingredients. As long as the body kind of recognizes what it's receiving, as long as it's natural, it's okay. As soon as you get into the dyes, the additives, fake sugars and stuff, that's when the body just sort of shuts down. And that's the ethos of Skratch is keep it natural so the body is working very efficiently and topping up what you're losing as you're competing.
Yeah, I tried some of the electrolytes as well. So I was surprised too because I used to use Cytomax back in the day. And I'm
so did everybody did. Everybody did. It was Cytomax was Cytomax.
But that took so much and it was so sugary. And I was really excited 10 years ago when I found another product that was really, really easy on my stomach, very concentrated. So I only had to use it's Isogenics.
Oh, yeah.
They're electrolytes, and it's one of the products that I love the most. And that kind of replaced anything. And like you said, it's a combination of the natural products that your body that your body will accept to absorb.
It recognizes it,
the liquids, And so I'd use those for a long time, and I'm like, I never like deviate from things that work well, but I'm like, well, I'll try yours. Not on the race day though.
I was like, funny enough, we've had a lot of athletes I know that have done it on race day where I'm like, dude, I should say,
you'll know if it works.
Hey, by the way, you may want to not do it, but I'll tell you right now, if it hurts you today, come back. I'll give you a refund and $100. Oh yeah, and people come back like, oh my God, it felt so great. I was like, thank you.
Well, I did use the gummies. I'm like, I'm going to use these anyways because I wanted to try them. But and then I tried yours, and I'm like, maybe it's time to start, moving to some different things and trying something.
Change is good. Don't forget, change is good.
Change is good. It's been a long time, I have to say, but anyways, so I was pleasantly surprised, and it's really cool that you have so many retail stores. You've been working hard. Do you have a team there with you, or is it just?
Yeah, we've got administratively, there's 3 of us now, and then we've got a rep force of 9 reps.
Oh wow!
And then we've also got a lot of retailers and staff that enjoy our products. They it sells well. Customers come back happy, and again, that's always kind of the best marketing is that word of mouth. That is one thing Skratch has never done. They really haven't done the print advertising, it's not like a Gatorade or anything like that. But we've always, the word of mouth really carries it through, and that's what grows that retail base. And then we also support the retailers too. That's key for us. And then we go to all our events. So like the event you're at that we met at, that's what we do. It's you get out and, as we call it, shake hands, kiss babies, that's what you do, And just let people try it.
Yeah, you introduce product to like 500 people who are going to tell 500 more people, and so on and so on. I mean, it's the best way to get to events for sure.
Yeah, and the cycling running community is very passionate, and while they're out doing it, they've forgotten about work or family problems or whatever, and they're having a great time, and everybody's always in a great mood. And when you lay down good product for them that works, their day gets better. We've seen that. Even at the RBC Grand Fonda, I mean, I ended up, we're in the beer garden at the end. I'm like exhausted having a beer. And this crew rolls up to me and it's like, oh my God, you saved my day. And I was like, oh yeah, you were the one that was dying. He goes, oh my God, you rehydrated me. I'm like, oh my God, you're most welcome. And that, that's stuff I like. And that's what we do. And, we're not miracle workers by any stretch, but Scratch has definitely put the R&D time in to build products that consumers like,
Yeah.
and help them perform better on that day. We're here to help. Is really, at the end of the day, that's what we want to be able to do. It's just help people have fun, be better at whatever their activity is. Be it fast or slow, we don't care.
Oh God. So now that you're 100% with Scratch,
Yes.
what's the 2023? What's that going to look like? What's the plan?
Oh, the plan for 2023. So we've got a bunch of new flavors coming, which is great.
Oh,
Yeah, we got new flavors. So we're releasing those, believe it or not, this Friday to the sales team.
so is that across the board, like with the hydration, with the gum, the
Yeah.
chew?
So hydration, energy, recovery. We're gonna have a bunch of stuff in there. So 2023 is looking good. It's not major changes, not anything new. Last year we had a lot of new. Probably the biggest thing we released last year was our super fuel, which is a high carb. That is, it's delivering 400 calories and 400 milligrams of sodium, but in a 500 ml bottle. So for a lot of athletes, it was a godsend. They could drink, receive their calories and hydration at the same time without blowing up their stomach. And that has completely changed the landscape. And we're seeing a heavy swing from people using gels to using super. Yeah, no, it's that's the old legacy, right?
I know, that's like the last resort.
Yeah,
it's
it
like
is.
pulling
It's
out
really,
a gel. I got one in my bike bag just in case.
it is. It's just in case. But we still see it. I mean, we were at one event a couple of years back. There's a lady rolls over to the table and, hey, how's your day going? She, oh my God, can I fill up my bottle? I said, of course. So she fills up a bottle. I look down at the top tube of her mountain bike.
Yeah, they're all taped there, right?
There are 8 gels. And I'm like, ma'am, is you have 800 calories taped to your top tube. Your lap is only 15 kilometers. You're only going to be out for about 35 minutes. She goes, oh, I love them. Okay. Whatever floats your boat, man. Really? Whatever. Yeah, but it was like 800 calories. She needed 4 liters of water to push that through her. But she loves it. So it's like, okay, enjoy. But it's definitely true. I mean, we see less and less gels. Oh, yeah. The stuff you see is just crazy.
And one of those is good for 45 minutes.
Oh, and it just upsets your tummy. It's just not great.
Oh, I know. You're just like,
I know.
And like
the problem
10
is
minutes trying to digest it.
Oh, yeah. And your palate opens wide open. So when you're under load, your palate's super sensitive. So you drop that much sugar, maltodextrin on it. You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
And it's just,
that's why it's whoa. For 45 minutes, you're like, okay.
And then you a little bit of a crash. But yeah, no, super fuel was last year was our big innovation, pushing that forward again in 2023. But the overall outlook is more people are definitely participating. COVID brought a lot of people to the bike business. Gravel has exploded, which is great because we've seen the shift from people on the road to the gravel because it is a little bit safer. It's a little more comfortable. Mountain bike has been absolutely growing over the last couple of years.
Yeah,
you go to the trail, and mountain bike is huge. Triathlon is triathlon. It continues its steady growth. Trail run is absolutely massive right now.
Really?
Oh my God, we got one event here in Canada called 5 Peaks.
Is that in BC?
Yeah. Yeah. But they have events all across Canada. So they actually have a bunch of them here, in Ontario. And what it is 25K. That's it. And you go run through a trail, and it's kind of an introduction to trail running. So a lot of the top end trail runners use it as a tune-up before they go do the 100 kilometer or 200 kilometer. So we've been seeing a lot of athletes really enjoying being out running in the woods. And our product has totally resonated with them. Again, there was always their challenge. How do I get that many calories when I'm out for 100K? Products like Superfuel or Energy Chews, and obviously hydration, definitely deliver what they need. So we've been seeing a lot of people, come that way. So for us, next year is, a lot of trail run, a lot of gravel, a lot of support to our retailers. So with that, a lot of our retailers, will be in training over the season in 2023, but we will definitely be in store doing a lot of consumer outreach. So we'll have so we'll have it posted. We'll off our website at ryekasport.com. Like where we're gonna be. Most consumers are pretty good. So if happen to be at Bush Tucka,
well, I was gonna say, do you know when you're gonna be there? Because then
not yet. We're still setting that. We'll know probably in January the dates. But we had a great time last year with them. Set up, talk to the staff a little bit about who we are, introduce a lot of products. A lot of them just don't know. And then the consumers all of a sudden storm in for a few hours, and it was just chaos. It was great. And that's what we're doing. So we'll have a lot of road trips going on, but our reps will be doing a lot of them with the retailers. And then obviously they'll post it on Facebook or Instagram. Let them know that things are going on in store and to come out and try the product and see if it might fit into your fueling strategy in 2023.
Or your calendar. Add it. Start trying it as your product.
Well, yeah, a lot of athletes, right? The triathletes, they're planning right now for, oh my God, what socks will I wear? What bike will I run? Seat lights, how many
I'm not there yet.
Yeah, no, triathletes are like that, and once they get set, they're set.
I'm just like, okay, what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? Or I'm doing all gravel mostly next year.
Are you doing? Yeah, I was just gonna say, what your main is gravel, right?
Well, this summer was kind of the turning phase. It was only my my first official year of gravel, and I don't see it ever ending. I started mountain biking back in 2000.
Oh, so you've
adventure
been at this
racing,
a while,
then
oh God, yeah.
Then road cycling, racing. I had a women's race team. I have a women's cycling club. So, if you want, talk to more women. And then just sort of migrating into gravel because it just looks, because I love mountain biking and I love road cycling. So it's a great in between.
Oh, it's fantastic. One of the events we did last summer, we did the big red gravel run.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, north of Hawkesbury, I think is correct. It's basically almost directly north of Montebello.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So that is very close. Big Red.
Yeah, it's called Big Red. It's up in, I think town again was called Harrington, and it's on the Rouge River. So hence big. And let me tell you, it was epic. Absolutely epic. And I mean, it was 700 gravel riders.
What part of the year was it? August?
It was August, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I'll do that, and because I was going to put my name in for Leadville.
Leadville is beautiful. Oh my God! Well, the picture back over there. Oh, sorry, that one. Hold on, I'll get it right. That one right there. That's my buckle from Leadville, right there.
Is that the buckle?
That's a buckle.
Oh, you got to be wearing that thing.
Actually, that's even a better story.
Oh, let's hear that story.
Okay, I'll make it quick because I know we don't have too much time left. But
no, we got lots of time.
Okay, so once we got into SKRATCH Labs, we kind of sign up, and I put in for the lottery for Leadville, and I was a member.
You're like, I'm a SKRATCH Labs rep.
No,
cha-ching, you can go.
No, I was a member at a new gym called Lifetime Fitness.
Yeah. Oh.
So they've got them here in Toronto.
Yeah.
So I was a member. It's close to my house. It was, oh my God, it was super posh. It was so nice, but it was a cheap deal. Anyways, I end up in there, and Leadville is actually owned by Lifetime Fitness. They actually own a number now. They own
they're starting to buy them up.
Yeah, they are. And so I sign up, I get in, and I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. And,
oh my God, I got to train for this.
No, this gets better. This gets even better. So we're doing DVD replication for a guy by the name of Chris Carmichael, Lance Armstrong's old coach.
Chris Carmichael.
Yes, Chris Carmichael. So we reach out to Chris and Jim Rutberg, who wrote the Time Crunch Cyclist. He's one of our guys. And
I interviewed Jim.
Did
with
you?
Joe Friel. Yeah.
Oh, no way. Well, he was my roommate in Leadville. But anyways,
No
so
way. That's so
yeah,
cool.
so I said to Jim, Jim, I need some help getting ready for Leadville. Because, you're going from 9,000 feet to 12, and I'm a C guy. And he goes, no
Yeah.
problem, Eric, we'll set you up with a coach. So I got a coach from them. Done. Next thing I know, I'm talking to George Hincapie, and he goes, oh, yeah, man, you should get one of those hypoxia machines. I'm like, what?
What?
Yeah, you sleep
Oh,
in a
those
tent. Yes,
chambers.
yes. He goes, oh, my buddy lives in Kingston. He makes them for all the pros. I think he's got a used one you can buy. So I'm coming back from Ottawa. I stop in at this dude's house, pick up a hypoxia tent. So I've got Chris
You're like,
Carmichael.
honey, we're sleeping in the
Yes. No, I had to
Yeah.
sleep in the basement because it was huge. It was huge. Ah. So I get to Leadville and I'm fully trained up.
So
the
does
hypoxia-
that remove the like
Yes, the
so a
oxygen.
lot of people go there to acclimatize beforehand.
Yes,
so that removes
that's
all
correct.
that prep.
Yeah, you can either land the day of and do the event and you're fine.
Right?
As soon as
Really?
as soon as you get to the second day, you're cooked. You're done. Yeah,
Oh.
no, a lot of people just fly in. They'll land in Denver
Yeah.
and 3:00 in the morning, drive up for the start, do the race, and go home. Just they don't have to acclimatize. But a lot of people, Vince at the cycle ring, he's done it numerous times. He goes there
Really?
for 10 days. Yeah, he goes there for 10 days, and he was acclimatizing.
I know a
So
friend who does that too.
yeah,
And
and
does
it
like a
works
lot of the
great.
course and like gets familiar with the yeah.
Yeah, training at that level, I will say on the road bike, the speed was insane. Like it was, Sylvie, it was crazy. It was legal doping. Is basically what it was. It was legal doping because your body's making EPO basically.
Yeah.
So I get there, so we land. I'm fully trained up. I've been sleeping in an oxygen deprivation tent, and who's there with their food truck but Alan Lim feeding some protein. So I'm like, Al, Eric. So he's cooking for me. I got all this coaching. It was the perfect storm. I started dead effing last. There's a picture of Specialized was filming a documentary. There's this dude on a mountain bike, the porta potties, then me, and 2,500 people go. And Jim told me, he said, Eric, it's a 12-hour day.
Right.
Don't worry about going fast to start because all you have to do is catch a spoke or a derailleur and your day's over before you even start. So off I go. And, Sylvie, sorry, I'm going to say it anyways. Basically, I had a shit-eating grin for 11 hours. It was the best day ever. It was high fives, thoroughly enjoyed the day. I really was able to, because I wasn't going for a big belt buckle. You got to go sub 9, I think, to get the big one. Did it in like 11 hours, 20 minutes. Walked off the end, went into the Manhattan bar, had a couple PBRs and burritos, and slept like a baby. And it was the best day ever. If you ever get to do Leadville, do it. If you get in, you gotta do it.
I was going to go for. I was just thinking about this, kind of like today, because I have Unbound on my schedule. That not my schedule, but my So
list. It's tough.
Yeah,
I think it's actually
that's also
harder.
soon. That's June.
Yeah, no, and it's a lot of good friends of ours have done it. I mean, obviously, SKRATCH.
I know Vince went down this year.
It is
with somebody else. I don't think he did it. I think he was a support.
It's incredibly difficult. Most people that have done Leadville say, "Oh, Leadville was cakewalk."
Yeah, but Leadville's mountain biking.
I know, and if you want gravel, it's definitely Unbound. There's a rule of threes down in Arkansas.
Yeah. Oh, Arkansas, is that drivable 14 hours?
Yeah.
Arkansas?
Rule of 3. I think it's rule of 3s. Yeah. We'll be down there actually, strangely enough, hanging out with the SKRATCH crew, supporting their efforts. But the rule of 3, beautiful event. Came highly recommended from the SKRATCH team. They went there. It was just really comfortable. Like real community based, lots of fun. Unbound is just off the rails. Like it's like a washing machine.
I kind of like that.
There. Oh, it is. It's like a washing machine. once that start goes, man, you're like, whoa, like hang on, because it's gonna be crazy.
Well, because they have different distances. I was not going to do the full
Yeah,
180. So like
yeah,
100. I've
yeah.
done Barry Roubaix 100. I did that
In
this
Michigan.
year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Michigan. That's cool.
Yeah,
How was
yeah.
that?
So I did for the first time this year. So that was my second gravel race ever. It
Oh
was
wow.
-5.
Ooh.
It had snowed the night before. But
Oh
I had
geez.
all my Gore-Tex and everything, and I was like totally fine. I finished it in 5 hours, and I
Oh,
didn't
that's
freeze
good.
anything. Like I just saw these people like super thin. I'm like, I don't know what you're thinking, but it's -5 out, and it's not going to get any warmer. I don't care how
Yeah.
fast you're going to go. But anyways, um, and so I was okay. Like I was trained for that. I went down, met up a bunch of girls that I met online in the gravel group,
Oh
and
nice.
had my tent and my club tent, and just had a good race, good ride. So now I'm going to bring more women down this year, and it's going to be in April, so nicer weather. No snow at
You know,
least.
yeah, Michigan, yeah, it could go either way in Michigan, I'll tell you in
Yeah.
April.
Yeah, and then I was gonna do Unbound. I was gonna go to Toronto for the Ride to Conquer Cancer. I don't know if you've, but this thing Unbound and the Ride to Conquer Cancer are like back to back.
Yeah. Obviously two different events.
I know, but yeah.
Very different. Very different events.
And then there was I don't know if Reggie Ramble is gonna still be there. Then there's I was gonna put Leadville on there and in the lottery. And
I definitely Leadville is, I hate to say it, it's just magic. It's
well,
a
I have my
destination. It's a destination. It's not like you just show up and ride it. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna go ride around Collingwood. No,
yeah.
Leadville is very specific. Trails only open up for a certain time of year. The support, it is totally worth every. If you can get in, do it.
Well, I have a friend, Mike Bennett. I don't know if you ever
No,
bumped it. He's done it like 6, 8 times. I don't know.
oh my God,
Anyways, and
crazy.
and he's got like you go there. I have the guy. He'll show you all and you come with me, and I'm like, okay. But
Yeah, no, and it's a process, and you take a year. You take a year
I
to
don't
work
even have a
into it.
good mountain bike, so I'm like, I don't
Oh,
know if I
you're
can
gonna.
do this.
Well, the
I
year I
know.
did it, you'll laugh. It was a 26-inch hardtail.
That's what I have.
Let me tell you, it was the first year the pros were on 29, and it
Oh,
was just like, whoa.
but
Yeah,
how'd you
way
feel
more
on
comfortable.
it? I don't
Oh,
know.
great. You don't know any better, so you just do what you do. And again, I trained, I was ready for it. Um, I had my timing, my splits, my food, my nutrition, my support, everything
Uh-huh.
that I needed was there. So it was an awesome day. If I could have done it in a full suspension, oh yeah, it would be so much better. Because coming down Columbine, oh man, that was tough.
Well,
Because
I've done
it's bumpy.
a lot of good adventure races with my hardtail, and I know everybody when I show up. I just got back into mountain biking this year.
Yeah, no, and mountain and I'll tell you, mountain biking has now really the equipment, the comfort,
I know. I
29
look
full
at some of these
suspension.
girls. I'm
Oh,
like, what kind of riding are we doing? Like, I'm just here to do some
wait,
trails
oh
here. Like,
you'll knock time off. You'd be amazed. 29er, just the flow you can get through the
I
woods on the
know.
trail.
I
It's
tried
night and day.
one, and I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Oh yeah.
whoa! I feel like Wonder Woman on this thing.
Yeah, no,
I
it makes
fly
all the
like
difference
her
in the world.
too. Like, she's.
Last
Oh,
time the invisible jet, you'll get fast at the top of Columbine. Don't worry.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, Leadville is definitely a special event. It's one that do sooner than later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
do
know.
it
I'm
sooner
not
than
getting any
later.
younger.
Yeah, do it sooner than later because it's totally worth. It's just epic. It really
Well,
is.
I
Just
look
go
at
through the
I
process.
even looked at Rebecca's Private Idaho.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, Rebecca
That's a
Rush.
bit far though for
Worth it though. Worth it.
I know, but
Idaho.
there's so many years and so many months in a year.
Idaho. Let me tell you, spectacular.
Well, and then I have a friend. I'm gonna put you in touch with her, Pamela. She started the I Love Gravel Riding Facebook page, and she's in Michigan, so I met her.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and so she's putting together a point series gravel races for next year.
That's fun.
Yeah, she's got her stuff well, she just retired too, so she got a little bit more time.
Got you need something to do.
But there are so many races in Michigan. Like,
yeah,
holy
Michigan.
crap.
Have you seen the mountain bike scene in northern Michigan?
No.
Have you ever heard of the Marjorie Gessick?
No.
Oh.
Oh, that sounds like
Oh yeah. That's
well, let me get a good mountain bike first. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
you're
just
gonna
got
need
a
a good
gravel
mountain bike
bike.
for that one. Because they basically shoot you into it's 100-miler without a map.
Oh.
They just shoot you into the woods. You go at like 7 a.m. and hopefully you get out within 24 hours.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No map at all?
Nope. You got to figure it out on your own. They release the course and it's GPS driven. There's no markings, no nothing.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So it's in crazy terrain in northern Michigan. But Copper Harbor's got some of the best mountain biking going. Marquette, Michigan's got some of the best mountain biking going.
So what if you don't make it out? Like somebody go find you?
Don't know the details.
Really?
But it's
okay. I need to talk to somebody. Bring them on the podcast for that.
Yeah,
talk about that.
Gravel. Yeah, there's one guy that actually does know it quite well. Jan Rubel, up at he's in Sault Ste. Marie, Belarusian.
Okay, we'll have to talk about him after. But so we've got a bunch of stuff for you. Like, I mean, you've got a bunch of things going on. Super excited. You're still going to be up in Ottawa, so we'll have to get together when you come here. And is there anything else that you can share with us besides some of the new flavors coming out that's happening? Like maybe attending different events. Yeah.
A lot of the events.
Projects.
Oh man. Project wise, I mean, we've been we're not overly project driven right now. Event wise, last year was huge for us. We'll be back at 24-hour mountain bike. We'll be up into Harrington for big red run, gravel ride up there because I was connected more to Quebec. That's big for us. But really, I'd say our big project is really, talking to our customers at a retail level, giving them the opportunity to try our products, go beyond hydration, find out about energy chews or super fuel, the importance of recovery, and just, again, getting kind of back down to grassroots. That's our summer. Yeah, I hate to say it, that's probably the number one thing people ask us is, oh, what do I need?
Yeah.
And it's like, you just don't have enough time. You just don't.
I know. You get so many new people coming in too.
Yeah.
Same
and that's
questions.
Where we brought in. Yeah. And that's where we're bringing in our customer service person, our CX person, Karen Duff. She'll be doing a lot of the training, a lot of demos, a lot of consumer outreach, helping them get better. And that's our big, I guess that would be our big project for next year, is really getting people engaged with the product, understanding how to use it, so they have a great time, they have a great ride. They don't, bonk and, it's like, oh my God, my stomach's broken, I can't go any further. No, you don't want that. We're going to help you get there.
So you're also, I guess, would be adding more retail locations to your 600 plus.
We're at 600 plus. We'll add a few more, but it's not a ton. We've got a pretty good
steady
core
base.
Crowd. Yeah, and they've supported us through the years. We support them. Continue to grow. We're not, a Bitcoin kind of trajectory of growth.
It's so funny.
Sport nutrition for endurance athletes is, it is what it is. It's not a very big business. It's good business. Don't get me wrong. But it's not Gatorade at $300 million a year in Canada or Cliff Bar, $50 million a year. It's not that
well,
big.
you're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there slow. It'll be very
Slow,
slow.
steady.
Very slow. Slow and steady. But yeah, those I'd say, yeah, you know what, Sylvia, it's probably the project is really just talking with the consumers, helping them better understand their own nutrition needs, so they have a good time doing whatever their passion is. Be it run, bike, hike, ski, whatever it may be.
Well, maybe I should have you come or do a little chat for my club at some point. If you're going to be in the area, or maybe we'll just join you at Bush Taka.
Yeah, I mean, listen, let me know. How many women in the club?
150.
Oh my God, we could probably even just do a full nutrition webinar, actually with SKRATCH. We could have their Colette would be probably more than happy to talk to your crew. Basically, she just set up a big old podcast or webinar, and she could talk to your entire crew.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
because she set something up in the new year because everybody's on.
I'd love it.
Swift
yeah, no, totally. I mean, right now is hydration season on Zwift. I mean, God, you actually burn more hydration now than you do actually in the summer. But yeah, if you want to catch up, in April, do something.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Getting ready for the season.
Yeah.
Colette, she comes to us from actually the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, no way. Oh, that's so cool.
She was on the NFL side of things. Freshly minted Oklahoma, University of Oklahoma graduate, nutrition. She's helping their football team. And, she knows a lot of the players, the guys like Kyler Murray, the quarterback for the Cardinals, Baker Mayfield with Carolina Panthers, knows them very well. A lot of these teams use the product, believe it or not. I mean, they're not allowed to.
You know what? I always say that Gatorade is canister that they toss is not typically filled with Gatorade. I'm sorry.
Never filled with Gatorade.
But hey,
we all think
we're not saying that.
Yeah, don't say that. Because we do supply some other teams in Canada that do use Gatorade. Money, I should say.
They haven't evolved yet.
Yeah.
Great parents out there, if you're listening to this, get yourself some SKRATCH for your kids.
Oh yeah. Oh, we see that a lot actually. Young hockey kids. Most of the parents
hockey, football, soccer, gymnastics, basketball, any kind of sport. Your kids.
Yeah, anywhere where you want to have something better.
Have something natural.
Yeah, and then that's what we do. We are all natural. People do panic a bit. But the only product we won't recommend, obviously, for kids are products with caffeine in it. It's not a lot of caffeine, but again, I don't want to. But it is definitely required. But yeah, 100%. In the spring, let's catch up. I'm more than happy to have the SKRATCH Labs team set up an evening for you guys. It would be awesome. Love to talk to the whole team. I would attend, but I won't be doing any of the talking. But Colette would be more than happy to just, give you some basics and then just do a little Q&A at the end.
That'd be awesome. Well, I'll take you up on that. And for all of our listeners out there, if you have a large team and you're in Canada or even the United States, I would reach out to Erik and maybe set up something similar for your club. To have them come in and talk about natural products away from Gatorade, Powerade, anything like the low-calorie stuff that you see kids walking in the street on with. Parents, it's time to get knowledgeable and try something better for your kids. So that would be awesome. People reach out to Erik here and check out their website and try SKRATCH yourself. You can order it. I guess it delivers anywhere.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Check with your local retailer because they can talk a little bit about it. Yeah, first off, obviously we're available on Amazon, various other online suppliers here in Canada. Mountain Equipment Company, or MEC, also carries the product, but readily available. We're in Canada, so just bear that in mind. Try not to order it from the States because The shipping will kill you.
Yeah, if you're Canadian, don't order.
Yeah, don't order in the States. And anyway, they'll let you know. It just don't.
Well, that's the thing, because I was like, how do I get my hands on a box? You send me the link, and then I was like, oh yeah. And then I looked at the shipping. I'm like, it was the same amount as the box. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I guess I'm just gonna go drive to the store, support my local retailer, and buy 2 boxes. And then I'll be set for the winter.
You'll be set for the winter.
I'll be like, so I could snack and use it while
There you go.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you for listening. I hope you took away some great nuggets and you're thinking about going out and checking out SKRATCH Labs for a product for yourself, no matter what kind of sport you're doing, or maybe you do have active kids, and reaching out to Erik for maybe some a greater product knowledge with a group. So 100%. Erik, I want to thank you so much. This has been great. I'm glad that we were able to make this happen, because I love the stories behind the people.
It is. It's why you do it, right?
Yeah.
It's why you do it. It is. It's the why. Why do you do it? There's always something interesting.
But I love that everything you've been into, because it's a great story. I have to listen back again, actually. But I will look forward to meeting and seeing you again this spring, and probably at another event. And I'm going to look at Leadville again, but yeah, anyways, it is on the bucket list. I'm like, do it. I know. Are you going to do it again? Are you going to do it again?
No, not me. One and done. One and done.
One and done. I'm not going back there. I got the buckle, and that's it. I just want the buckle.
I got the buckle.
You got. That's what I want. All right. Well, thanks everyone. Have an amazing evening. Thanks again, Erik. Take care, everyone.
Well, Sylvie, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for your energy. And I'll see you out there at some point. And then let's connect in the new year about getting Colette set up for you guys.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, everyone. Bye.
You're welcome.
Well, there you have it. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm sorry. We could have chatted for a very long time. I love his personality. Anyways, I hope that you found everything that you needed from this episode with Erik from Ryeka Sports and SKRATCH Labs. So like I said, if you haven't gone out and tried those products, this is the time. Ask for some for Christmas. Try them while you're on your bike and Swift. And because it's always good to test to make sure they work for you. So with that,
thank you so much for spending this time with me on the Secrets from the Saddle podcast, learning more about sighting people, places, and things that make cycling such an exciting sport. I am so glad you stopped by today. Please leave me a review if you feel so moved to do so. I would love to hear your feedback. And if you could take 1 second to share this episode with someone you think would enjoy it, I would be forever grateful. Also, if you could please leave me a review if you feel so moved by going to iTunes and leaving me an honest thought and an honest comment, telling me what you think, and most importantly, tell me what you'd like to hear more of. It would really help me to bring more great, inspiring cycling stories to you. Until then, have an amazing day. Make sure you ride your bike. And don't forget to visit my YouTube channel if you'd like to see the full version of this podcast live.